you all right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Professor Vine. You can't seem to locate any keys for another room.
That's quite all right. I've told your people everything I know.
You came to see Judge Cady at 10 o'clock.
That's right. We had an appointment.
At 10 o'clock at night.
Well, it was personal. It was some research that I'm doing.
I see. And you left about 20 minutes later to make a phone call.
Yeah. No, I left, I made a call, and then I realized that I'd left my file, and when I came back to get it...
I'm sorry, Judge Cady. I found him sitting there, alone in the room.
He'd obviously committed suicide.
Seemingly. Must have been a bit of a shock, coming back and finding him by himself like that. And during the meeting, you didn't notice anything odd?
I felt sorry for the young man.
No, I thought he was tidying his room, setting out his robes, his wig. I didn't realize.
Nothing could be done.
Well, you're not saying. You don't think I'm a suspect?
We found a note. We're going to check it out.
Seems he was about to be prosecuted for corruption. He'd been wandering around the court for weeks on end, waiting for the axe to fall.
Christ, Patrick, a real body. I mean, was the blood bright red?
No wonder Cady was looking so shifty. Why were you there, Patrick?
So how do you feel about Peter now? You said you'd feel ashamed in the morning.
Actually, I feel alarmingly unashamed. Really brilliant.
Yeah, and I've worked out how Ellen can help me in my next Stewart campaign.
Can't wait.
Can we leave that for now?
No, let me tell you, it's really simple. All we need are his credit details, a day pass to Alton Towers.
I said... Not now.
No, but it's really simple.
Later.
Good morning, Lisa. Come on in. I'm on time this morning. Hope you'll notice.
So, Mr. Coyne, that day you were under the influence of strong tranquilizers.
Couldn't resist seeing it through.
Severe phobia of flying. These drugs cause you to act completely...
I did try hard not to
Would you
gloat.
say you were normally violent man?
Did he do this for you?
From what is known of you, I would say not.
You must be very pleased. He's going to be helping me, you know.
I would suggest that this was in no way a premeditated action, but a genuine, I would say.
I need you to help me with something new.
What, for your new friend?
I need you to research some details for me. A brother committed suicide. We need to know about the circumstances. Maybe even take a look at the family home.
Oh, do we?
Well, I make the decisions. You'll have to be patient. And don't disobey me again. You've been asking around at the law courts, haven't you? What did you think you were doing?
Judge Cady had been under investigation for corruption for almost 18 months. He'd just been tipped the wink he was about to be named, so no wonder he wasn't feeling too happy. Nobody seems remotely suspicious about his suicide.
And?
Nobody seems to have made the connection that Judge Cady turned down appeals by Madeline's brother.
Thank you.
That's probably because this information is of no significance whatsoever. Don't meddle, Will. I'll always know.
If I were you, I'd be very careful before I got into anything else, like Madeline's revenge.
And why precisely do you think I shouldn't?
Other than that, you're sleeping with her, and your usual cool detachment seems to be eluding you.
Thank you.
Why did you say that?
Thank you for being there. I couldn't keep away. And then when I found him, for one moment, it was magnificent. For one moment, I allowed myself to believe you might have done it. For me.
I'm sorry, Judge Cady. I forgot my file. You know I can't murder anyone for you, Madeline.
No, of course not. I need to feel I'm getting back at them. I want to get back at Hendricks.
So, there I was, getting on with my life in my new home, when out of the blue... Hi, Patrick. How are you? How's the girlfriend? I think I've met her. She's quite something. I'm not surprised you're smitten. Are you in love?
Well, I think I told you I've never been romantic.
Oh, well, you're lucky, believe me. Hey, you do realise you are phoning me on my boat, don't you? The wonders of modern electronics. What can I do for you?
Look, I need someone who knows about computers to help me. With Madeline's revenge.
I need to find a way of getting back at this company that sacked her brother.
They're about to float on the stock market. I need to find out when. What do you think?
I think you must be in love.
They'll be holding job interviews. I need you to go down and find out what you can. If you think it's too risky... Ellen, I said if it's...
No, it's not that. I'm going to call you back.
I came to say it was really good of you to come to court to support me after everything I'd done.
You really are deluded. I came to court to gloat, to let you know I'd done it. I'd reduced you. I was responsible for your downfall. And it feels fantastic, you small, insignificant piece of shit. But of course, what I actually said was, that's okay. Why don't you come inside? I realised that what I really, really wanted all along was for him to say,
I made a mistake. I should never have left you for her. Can you ever forgive me?
And? You can, obviously.
don't you give me that look. Well, I know Patrick thinks he's a bastard, but he's changed. Peter's changed. He likes my boat. He has, Denise. And maybe that is the ultimate revenge. No, it's a miracle. Patrick performed a miracle. Denise, have you got a secret admirer?
Just take it slowly, dear, please. You look very well, I must say.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.
My first solo flight for Patrick. Careful. This could get addictive. Mission accomplished. Charmed the pants off Hendricks. Not literally, obviously.
You got in all right?
Yeah. Anyway, it didn't take me long to work out the flotation date, July 12th. Are you going to set up a hostile bid?
I'm not sure. The less you know. You didn't tell him your real name, did you? There's absolutely no way he can trace you.
Think you're dealing with an amateur? No, of course not. I was very careful. Right. Well, I'm off. Hope that helps you out. Send my regards to Madeline.
Afraid I can't return the compliment to Peter.
Look, it's not what you think. It's not like I've let him back in my life.
That's none of my business.
Shall we go then?
You ready to navigate now?
Just let's get out of London as quickly as possible.
What's the rush?
Well, it's quite a way if we want to get to the place where Madeline's brother hung himself. Doubt there's an electric light, and I'm sure you want to see the place when we get there, won't we?
Sure this is the place?
Beautiful sunny day, perfect family Sunday lunch. Why, don't you believe her?
Of course I do.
So, why are we here then?
Because Madeline asked me to come.
After lunch, they realise Ben's missing. Madeline searches the grounds for him. Seen enough? Can't we go now?
Do you have to be somewhere?
No? Been away long enough now, we can be getting back.
Well, what in God's name is that?
What do you think it is?
What did you mean, we've been away long enough?
Nothing. I haven't done anything.
Why were you late? What were you doing? Where did you get the gun?
I went to a shop. I've got a police license, don't worry.
Don't worry! Well, if you have done something, please tell me. We can try to sort it out.
Oh, now you want to talk to me? Yeah, well, it's too late. And you must think I'm really stupid as well. I've been waiting 6 years for you to help me.
I have been helping you.
Not enough! Now you'll have to help. You better be getting on. You're my alibi, Patrick, remember that?
Your alibi for what? Well, police aren't completely stupid. They will trace you if you...
We're wasting time, Patrick. It's too late. Done it. I shot him. This lunchtime 3 times. We've done it.
A Westminster Hospital spokesperson has said that Stuart Sharp remains in a stable condition. Police say that because of his fearless, some would say scurrilous journalism, that Stuart Sharp had made a great many enemies. It may take some time to sift through the likely suspects.
Now, for Christ's sake, Will, what in hell's name do you think you were doing? Trying to kill someone?
He's not dead.
Oh, and we're supposed to feel grateful for that, are we? You know, this affects all of us. Oh, what did you think you were doing?
I don't need your permission. I was getting on with things. Patrick helped Madeline. She just jumps into bed with him and he helps her eliminate a High Court judge.
Well, I told you I wasn't remotely involved in his death, and Madeline certainly wasn't.
The guard at the law court who saw you that night on your way to see Judge Cady also saw a woman in high heels with dark hair.
Madeline wasn't there.
Patrick.
Don't start. Don't you start.
I think we should all just calm down and think about this carefully.
Fine, you can all go.
Go, I said.
I thought I told you to leave.
You don't get to order me around, remember? Time's up, Patrick.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know, somewhere out there are the people we went to school with. Really boring people. Bank managers, mortgage surveyors will remember you, Patrick. When they're in need of inspiration, you inhabit their braver dreams. I'll never forget you.
What? School is over. We all have to grow up. Is that what you're going to say to me? You seem happy to have remained young till now.
Madeline's different, you know it.
Why? Why is she different? Or any less deserving than Denise or Ellen or yourself, for that matter?
I don't know. But don't tell me it's not part of the attraction.
Sebastian. I'm not stupid. I can see she's trouble. But she needs me for something. That's true, isn't it?
Now I am going.
You saw the place. You saw the place Ben hung himself.
my side. But I didn't really have to go there. I do believe you, you know.
Oh, you had to go. You had to see it.
Trust me. Madeline, tell me.
What are you going to do about Will?
I never thought he'd ever actually try to harm anybody. You wouldn't do that, would you? Ben's worst enemy, at your mercy. Murder. You couldn't do that, really, could you?
I know what you've planned for Hendricks won't be enough.
So bankruptcy isn't enough?
I want
his blood. Are you sure?
So how goes the reconciliation? You know what I'm talking about, Peter's return.
It's nothing. We're just friends. Occasional dinner.
You've eaten together? Oh, well. Send me an invitation to the wedding. No, I can't promise not to run off with you. You're looking so well on it, whatever it is.
Thanks. Listen, don't tell Patrick. I don't think he'd approve.
Look, Patrick provided you with a revenge that suited you. He's never been concerned about what happens next. He'd consider that your business. Anyway, Patrick's got other things on his mind.
Madeline. You think he's running into trouble?
Actually, I think he's running away from something. We've known each other a long time. Oh, by the way, you going to this?
Yeah. Not sure why I'm invited.
One of his students' lectures at the university.
Actually, it was addressed to me and Peter. Even more mysterious.
He's not coming. I'm going to go and get a coffee. Come on. We'll just go on the corner.
I'm off. Come on.
Today, let me tell you a particularly good London revenge story. It's magical, isn't it? This ancient city, layer upon layer of memories. Has anybody heard of Richard Horwood? Yet another mapmaker who moved heaven and earth to contain this city. Real people under extraordinary pressure. That is what history is. At the end of the 18th century, Horwood became obsessed with finding a hidden courtyard. King Charles II's wardrobe, burnt down in the fire of London. His giant map took 10 years to complete and stretched nearly 100 feet high and wide. Can you imagine the frustration? You're busy trying to name the streets and they're being built up around you as you walk. Now this courtyard I was telling you about, it's just...
I can't believe it. I seem to have made a mistake.
The revenge. You said the story is about revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, the revenge. Horwood worked for the Phoenix Fire Insurance Company. London was growing at an astonishing, murderous rate. His great rival, Robert Bentley, worked for another insurance company. And the race was on to complete the first map. Every day the men rose at dawn, earlier and earlier, mapping thousands and thousands of streets. Till at last something had to give. Bentley's company withdrew from the race and he retired, furious. Horwood went on to complete his huge map. And shortly afterwards, he was found poisoned in the street. Some say he took the poison himself, exhausted by London, and the certain knowledge that it was still growing, that his giant map had already become obsolete. Others say he was invited to a drink by his arch-rival, Robert Bentley, to let bygones be bygones. So that's it, I think, for this week. Oh yeah, assignments, yes. Just keep working on your revenge lectures until next week. Who's up first?
That story was especially for me. I don't know whether you were trying to warn me off or suggest a method. Poison is a woman's preferred revenge, after all.
So they tell me.
I found it. I don't know how I missed it. You can tell the others.
They've all gone.
What?
I'm just looking at you. Seeing you.
What do you see?
I don't know. I thought I knew you.
Well, that's why you left me. Because I was predictable.
But now, you've changed. I'm not saying I don't like it. You're different. Why don't we get married?
What?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to all the guests for coming. I think I ought to begin. Professor Vine hasn't arrived yet, but we're getting used to starting without him. Our term project was to research a London story, a London revenge story to be precise. So, let me tell you a story about a real person. It's real people and their stories we learn from. That's what we call history. Real people, extraordinary stories. 1979, a young man comes to Oxford, comes as if from nowhere, no family, no past, no identity, as if from the moon. This student is a talented academic. He makes a lifelong friend. I'm pleased to say that some of the dramatist personae of this story are here today. This was also the start of an unorthodox career.
Christ, what's going on?
Time passes and our hero travels back to the big city where he makes a living telling stories to young people.
Oh no, the Dean's
Here he goes far in his career and keeps up his unusual sideline, creating stories for friends, or clients, we could call them. Creating revenges, indulging their worst emotions, their best fantasies.
Oh no, it's Peter.
But quite recently, in fact, things started to take a violent turn. He discovers the body of a High Court judge, a suicide, which carries the bloody and gruesome overtones of one of his lectures. And, even more surprisingly, is found to be involved in a mysterious shooting. In his professional life, he begins to get sloppy, he's late for appointments, he's preoccupied. His grasp on the truth, and he stands or falls by his commitment to the truth, begins to fail. One day he's late for a lecture and, moreover, finds himself making up a large percentage of the story he's telling. His memory begins to desert him. So, where did he come from, this mysterious storyteller with no history of his own? An only child, parents supposedly dead from infancy, no grandparents, no children. I have found no photographs of this family, no recorded images of any faces. As modern historical searches go, this is almost unique. There is a clue, though. A father. One he pretended was long dead, hidden away so that he doesn't threaten his son's career.
That's enough. It was very good, Lisa, very well illustrated. Lots of revenges, lots of London. I'm afraid you're straying into an area where your research can't possibly be accurate. You'll have to trust me on that.
So?
He hasn't sacked me yet. He's not very impressed. But then I can't say I blame him. The Dean's been trying to get something on me for years.
How did Lisa get the information on all of us?
What did I tell you? She'll be a good historian. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was all true. It's actually rather salutary. Having your life held up for scrutiny like that. Sort of living obituary.
Is she right about your father?
My father has a degenerative illness. He hasn't recognized me for years.
Is it inherited?
They don't know.
How long's he been in care?
Long time.
How often do you visit?
As I told you, he hasn't recognized me for years. After a while, you just stop going. Ellen. Not now. What are you doing here, anyway?
Why?
Was he there? Is that the problem?
Peter? No.
So you're in the clear, aren't you? You'll never know it's you cost him his job.
Patrick?
No, actually, that was me, wasn't it? I did that. For you. Because you asked me to. Because you didn't want to be a victim anymore. And I was right on both counts, wasn't I? One, he's a total idiot. Two, you take him back.
Patrick?
You sat there in that chair sobbing your heart out. People treat you like shit and you take them back for more. So please don't lecture me on what I should do with my life.
So there we were thinking Madeleine was the dark villainess, and this little mousy girl comes up from nowhere. I mean, why did she do it?
Patrick didn't live up to her expectations.
Well, people do set them ridiculously high. What does he mean to you?
He's told me to mind my own business.
He'll hate having people know about him. And even I didn't know about his father. Look, don't be depressed. Patrick just wants to remain invisible while he meddles with other people's lives.
I'm afraid I've disappointed him on that front as well.
Hey, that's fantastic. Congratulations. Let's order champagne.
Oh, no, I've got to go off. An important engagement.
got a message to meet Patrick.
Isn't discovering 2 bodies in the space of a month a little dramatic for a history professor? Though I do understand that your teaching methods are quite colourful. This latest body, though, was quite definitely poisoned.
The latest body was my best friend.
Were you lovers?
What kind of a question is that?
How about a different question? Were you rivals in love? Your young friend Will has given us a very long and involved statement alleging all sorts of weird and wonderful things.
First, there was the judge. They killed him with the paper knife, and then we shot Stuart Sharp, the little shit. Patrick's the mastermind. He controls everything and everybody. And I heard Patrick and Sebastian arguing.
You had violent words with your best friend about your lover. And then there's the account of this morning's discovery.
Killed him.
Is that what you said? Is that the truth?
I can't remember. The exact words, I can't remember. It's all my fault.
Is that what he said?
He didn't say anything. He was very upset. He loved Sebastian.
Is that what he said?
He didn't say anything. He just found Sebastian.
How do you know he'd only just found him?
He was with me. All night.
We have been checking Professor Vine's movements. He doesn't mention you.
I'm engaged, and Patrick would never do anything to compromise me.
So who do you think killed Sebastian Harper?
She calls herself Madeline. I don't know where she comes from, or where she lives.
I don't know what it is about this bloke. Why are they all trying to cover for him? They're all lying. What's even more surprising is that they don't need to. The victim died at around 9 o'clock last night, and they've all got alibis. Even our professor. As for this Madeline woman, pass it on to the murder squad, will you? See if they can make any sense of it.
You know I showed her how to do it, don't you?
What?
I encouraged her to think about poisoning. Challenged her. I made up the story of Hallward's death. Hallward did die early. Exhausted by the map. London killed him, no one else. I distorted history for the first time. I ignored everything I was ever taught. She must have lured him to my office. She deliberately copied my Hallward story and poisoned Sebastian. Maybe she knew I was trying to find out what revenge could possibly satisfy her appetite. I just had no idea she would go after Sebastian. I'm as responsible for his death, surely, as if I'd done it myself. And now Madeline has disappeared. Or rather, she's hidden from view. She's waiting. waiting for me to work out why she's doing this to me.
The police rang. Asked if I could confirm that you'd spent the night with someone called Patrick.
Oh, God.
It's all right. I told them you'd been with him all evening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to make you lie like that.
It was the truth, though, wasn't it, really? You certainly weren't here with me at all.
What would you call that colour? The word?
It's a kind of red.
No. No, not good enough.
Vermilion?
Vermilion. Yes, that's the right word. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm a university professor. I teach history.
Oh, my son was a historian. He was obsessed with getting everything right. He used to ask me so many questions.
We know very little about the memory. You want me to be able to tell you for sure whether your father can remember you, or whether he ever will, or if he's locked away in his own world forever. Can't bear the thought one night he'd wake up and wonder why I've abandoned him. Do you see that woman? She and her husband endured terrible sights in the Holocaust. They emigrated to Manchester after the war, lived here and worked for decades, made a new and good life, children, grandchildren, triumphed over the worst adversity. Then, last May, her husband retired. He put his affairs in order in 3 days, and then gassed himself one afternoon when she was out shopping. The memories that had been carefully hidden for scores of years had come back to haunt him. Was it just retirement that triggered them, or guilt at his survival, or the thought of his eventual death? Who knows? And who knows whether she'll ever have time to bury this new pain. You dealt with it. You did your best. I wish I could be sure of that.
Have you worked it out yet?
I think so.
I want to know if you understand why it's all your own fault.
The Revenger revenged, yeah, I get that. I was almost there. I knew it had to be something in my past. I was racking my brains trying to figure out where I'd met you before. I was trying.
Trying to keep in control?
I just couldn't remember. I thought for one awful moment I had my father's illness. At least I know that hasn't happened.
Yet.
It wasn't until I went to see him. Somebody told me a story about an old woman. It was a story of some of the Jews that came to Britain after the Holocaust, strangers in our cities. About how after they'd retired, they simply lost the will to live. It was as if the old pain that lived like a cancer in their hearts suddenly erupted back to life again. Couldn't be denied. Broke my heart to hear about it.
Always more willing to sympathize with the past. With people whose experience is quite beyond your control, and yet...
And yet... It got me thinking about your brother, about Ben. Made me wonder if the pain that made him commit suicide wasn't some new pain from what happened at work. Perhaps it was some old pain. A pain that he thought he'd hidden away. A pain which suddenly burst out again. Sebastian knew he'd seen you before. I realized that. Thought it might have been Ben's appeals, but he remembered you from somewhere else, didn't he?
Who's that? No idea.
Couldn't remember where.
Be careful.
Obviously didn't realize it could be so far back. Almost 20 years, wasn't it?
19. Next May 12th.
I object! I object. Hear, hear.
I object! I object!
I object!
And I object!
The very day that we first met. Only I didn't know it.
How long did it take you to forget about what you did to my brother? The ride back to London? Or did you never, ever, ever consider that your fun and games might have an effect on someone? Using that sleek, sophisticated, undergraduate mind to dream up. Or what was it? A scam for one of your pals who didn't even love her. After a fortnight, he tossed her aside. My brother was devastated. The humiliation. He was devoted to her. She said she wouldn't go back to him. Said it was kinder that they'd been given the chance to see they'd almost made the worst mistake of their lives. Kind. Ben never forgot. He just went through the motions. I tried to watch out for him. Be there when his depression became critical. He didn't give a damn about his job or the patent. He'd already been dead for years.
And you've been planning your revenge ever since he died. Well, Madeline, you've succeeded. You must see that. Did it make you feel better? Watching Sebastian die?
You'd like me to say I felt nothing, wouldn't you? That I wanted revenge all that time, and then when I got it, I felt curiously empty. Actually, I felt very good. Exhilarated like drawing blood. I told him why. This is Patrick's fault. I was rather hoping he'd curse you with his last breath, but he didn't. He didn't say anything at all.
Please bear these extenuating circumstances in mind.
as you retire to the jury room to consider your verdict. Please take a look at my client.
And now?
Oh, you think I might be after you now? Oh, no. You have to live with it forever. That's your punishment.
This is the final call for Air Asiatic Flight 5064 to Singapore. Would all passengers please proceed to gate 17?
Thank goodness you're not gone. You're just going to go without saying goodbye?
I'm sorry. I have to get away.
Don't go. What's Denise going to do without you?
Denise has a man in accounts. He's been courting her for years. They'll marry. She'll do perfectly well without me.
But what about me? What will I do without you?
You have Peter. You marry him?
No, I don't have Peter. You were wrong, Patrick. I mean, he's not a bastard, but I don't want him either. So you were wrong. Twice. Admit it.
Your attention, please. Air Asiatic Flight 5064 to Singapore.
No.
Would passengers Davis,
Both.
Sutton and Vine please make their way immediately to gate 17?
That's my plane. I have to go. Goodbye now. Ellen, please say goodbye.
Say goodbye, Ellen. That was easy for him to say. But what was I going to do without him?
Thank you.
I tried to find him, trace his airline tickets. I used to be a dab hand at that. Occasionally, I caught a glimpse of him in a faraway place. He was crisscrossing the world, trying to escape. For weeks, we didn't hear from him. Then months, I kept up with my new friends, took an interest in their romances. Denise's man from accounts. Wonder whether he's popped the question yet. You should say yes, you know. The sooner the better.
Just said no, actually, a few minutes ago.
Oh, no, why? You've done it yourself, haven't you?
Last week at an auction in Paris, I outbid myself by 10,000.
You've got to give it up, Denise. Don't be like Will. Don't let that bastard win. Don't let it take over your life forever.
You're a nice girl. I'm not like Will, but I do need it. I know that. If I let it go, that bastard, as you put it, will have won. Most people who came here for Patrick's help, most people were like you. It was a kind of temporary madness. Patrick helped and it went away, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I just can't believe the things I was reduced to. I never want to go back to it.
I do. I need to keep it close to me. Keeps me warm. Even if I have to keep ice in my heart. I'm not like Will. I don't want him dead. I want him alive. Feeling my displeasure. The withdrawal of my goodwill, whatever you want to call it. Forever. Can you imagine how awful it would feel to know you've got an enemy for life?
Yeah. I can. Especially one like you. You know, you might be the most dangerous woman I know.
Nothing there from Patrick. Maybe soon.
The longer Patrick was away, the more I missed him. The more I realised that what Sebastian had said to me was true.
The thing is, they do fall in love with London. And Patrick in the end. We all do.
I did fall in love with the city. And I decided that if one day Hello? Patrick? Patrick, is that you? Patrick, I know it's you. Patrick, don't go, please. Patrick! If one day he should call, I would try my best to lure him home. Hello, Patrick. Guess where I am? I want you to listen. What do you hear? It's so beautiful, Patrick. It really is. You taught me that. It must be better than anywhere you are in the world. I was determined to entice him back by ruthlessly using the great love of his life. So I did. All over London. Guess where I am?
You're at the seaside.
At Tower Bridge. It's far too easy. You'll have to try harder than that.
Here's a good one. You'll never guess. There's a bus.
Sure, you're 7. It's number 7. You're at the British Museum, front entrance. I can hear exotic birds.
Yes.
The zoo. You're on Primrose Hill.
You're right. I was just glad I could speak to him, wherever he might be. Where are you?
I haven't a clue.
Yeah, well, you should try buying a map for once and then you...
I couldn't keep away any longer. You made it sound too good to resist. You look great. All grown up.
You look terrible. So much for travel and the soul.
I've forgotten how beautiful it is. I take it Will is still somewhere in the city? Still stalking Stuart?
Right this very minute. Can't be very good for him, you know.
I can't stop him, even if I wanted to. He'll just carry on till he gets his revenge, whatever it may be. And Denise, as I predicted, is getting on perfectly well without me. She's on a mission. I certainly can't stop her. Teach me. Messing around with destiny.
What about you? What's next?
I don't know, discover the city all over again. Like a foreign tourist. Pretend I don't know the buildings or the street signs? It's changing. All the time, London. You'll have to show me round.
The worst crime would be to miss it. Beverly Hills Cop 2 with Eddie Murphy at 9 next Tuesday on BBC One.